All right, and today we've got the third in this series of 3 videos on the Arcturus Press slipcase bound hardback editions. And I've already shown you Dante's Divine Comedy and Paradise Lost, and today we're looking at the Complete Canterbury Tales, illustrated by Edward Burne-Jones and also William Morris. I mean, that's a thing, isn't it? It's based on the Kelmscott edition, which it's called the Kelmscott Chaucer, right, which was published late 19th century, and the original was, of course, completely illustrated by Edward Burne-Jones and decorated by William Morris. It's so easy to forget in this day and age of computer-generated embellishments that every single one of these pages was just by hand embellished by William Morris. All of these inhabited initials, the same, just designed by William Morris, and all of these illustrations by Edward Burne-Jones. Now, this is all based, as I said, on the Kelmscott edition, which, it's one of the most expensive books around, actually. The last one was sold in 1997 for a little over £500,000, and the estimation is that if it was being sold today, it would fetch something around £1 million. Which is fair enough, right? There were 435 copies initially made, and the majority on paper, some of them on vellum. So yeah, those vellum ones, I can imagine, would fetch a fair fortune. Sorry, just steady that camera. And in this Arcturus edition, the illustrations come up about every 4 pages, but maybe less. So you get the original text alongside these illustrations, right? Wherever there's an illustration, you get the full page where the illustration was, so that you also get that lovely William Morris decoration all the way around. It's really incredible. I think William Morris was worried that he'd never finish it, but he really, really wanted to finish it because he thought of it as a crowning achievement. Which is fair enough, right? Look at that. So I found out recently the difference between an inhabited initial and a historic initial. Is that the right word? Is that the inhabited one doesn't have any kind of story going on within it. I've forgotten if historic is even the right word. I'm just ashamed. Lombardic, as was suggested by one viewer, and I'm afraid I've forgotten your name, but thank you nevertheless. Lombardic initial is simply a medieval pretty initial, very, very rounded, but not necessarily embellished in a frame with lots and lots of pictures around it, right? Definitely embellished, you know, it might have things sticking out of it and so on and so forth, but yeah, these are inhabited. Probably the most frequently seen version. I was searching for the name the other day. So, am I pleased with this Arcturus press edition? Of course, I'm absolutely delighted. There are a few different editions out there. I imagine that if you can afford the Folio Society facsimile, then yeah, do that. But I think it's available at around £500 at the moment, which is enormous. It's not quite $1 million, but nevertheless, it's a huge amount of money, and I think that this is fine. You know, this rendition, and the fact that it's just the Canterbury Tales, you know, the most popular, the best known work of Geoffrey Chaucer, suits me just fine. And you get a really nice idea, because it's a fairly large book, right? And so you really can get a really nice idea of the quality of the illustrations and of the work, right? There we are. That's it. There is a couple of introductions on various aspects of this. There is obviously your contents page. There is the introduction, a short bit about the text itself, a little text about the original Kelmscott Chaucer, and then you get stuck in. That's it. Quick look at this hideous slipcase. It's not really hideous, but I'm going to get rid of it. It's quite thick. It's covered in paper, and there's a description on the back. This is what the spine looks like. Yeah, quite. I'm going to go as far as to say plain. There we are. Yes, now that these reviews have been made and I've been able to show the slipcases to you, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to get rid of all of these slipcases and have the books on their own. Incidentally, I haven't really shown you the cover here, have I? And I think that the cover is possibly the nicest of the three. I really like the combination of the black and the gold, which we've kind of already seen with the Divine Comedy over here. Here we are. But yes, I think that of the three of them, this one's possibly the nicest. It's certainly sober and yet very very beautiful. I mean, this the William Morris frame here makes it look very nice, and there's a kind of an interesting font to it there. Yeah. So you could say that Paradise Lost has got an interesting font as well, right? There we are, and the spine is entirely black with that Arcturus bear at the bottom. This one is entirely gold, as I've shown you already in a previous video, and this one is gold and black. There we are. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you very soon with another video. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already. See you soon. Bye bye.